As a child, I was brought up with a lot of storytelling. I think storytelling is a part of our culture, a very big part of our culture. And I remember listening to those cassettes of Pula Deshpande reading his own books. And there was another tape I remember called Chan Chan Goshti. In Marathi, it means good tales. And so he was always there, and I think I lost that for a long time. And then I got to know about Audible, and I I heard a book on Audible very recently when actually they got in touch. So I thought it was just the perfect thing to do. And I hadn't explored expressing through voice only, because on a video or stage, whatever, you have so many other things to enhance or support what you're trying to communicate. But here you just have your voice, and so how you want to pitch it, and what is the tonal quality, or how you want to direct the imagination of the listener. And also it's personal, because everyone's going to listen to it individually. So it's like a personal relationship, I think, when it feels like that. And also in the studio, when you're silently doing that, it feels like a very personal thing. So I thought I'll enjoy it, and I did.
I thought I just had to go and narrate a story and read out a story. But I think it was a bit challenging as well, because you have to, of course, narrate a story and also keep it engaging and entertaining for the listeners, and also to moderate voice. Like in one of my stories, which is Sapna Didi, I'm playing Sapna Didi as well. Like otherwise, I could have never played Sapna Didi for films. I think that's the fun of Audible, being part of Audible, that you could play as actors. You got to play so many characters in just one story. And also just the idea, I was really excited that I had to do a solo performance where I could only use my voice and modulate everything through my voice. Also, I just thought it would be great to explore this idea. But I think all of us, we had a lot of fun, recording all these amazing stories.
There's Gangubai's story that really appealed to me. That's one of the stories I read. Mostly because I think that time in Mumbai, it's my home now, and I'm not really aware of how it would have been. And I think all the mafia stories that I've seen so far are predominantly about men, and women just sort of have the secondary position. But these stories are about women. And Gangubai especially, I think she was a victim of, you name it. Betrayed, made into a prostitute, she had to do blah, blah, blah. And she just did not victimize herself. And she stood shoulder to shoulder with all the dons and made her voice heard to literally the people governing the country. And it's such an inspiring story, and a very compassionate woman. So it was fascinating reading her story, I think.
This character, this person, Chota Shakil, who was in Dubai, and he had a lover girlfriend called Rubina in Bombay. So they would have these email interactions where, they're talking about business, and have you gone and picked up this thing from that person? And in between it was like, Meri Jaan, da 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 da. And so there's this weird interaction that these women, he was having several affairs actually. And each of his affairs he was saying Meri Jaan to. And it's quite funny. Those stories are quite funny.